The story opens up as a documentary about a rockhopper penguin whose name is Cody Maverick. Cody lives in Shiver Pool, Antarctica with his mother Edna and his older brother Glenn. He loves surfing and has yearned to be a professional surfer ever since he was a little penguin. He had this ambition after meeting a famous surfer named Big Z many years back. When he was younger, Big Z arrived at Shiver Pool and handed him his necklace. Ever since then, Cody had him as his role model and took an interest in surfing, which he did every day of his life. Now as a grown-up, he receives several backlashes from his elder brother and his mother because he spends all day surfing. The other penguins at Shiver Pool also see him as a bad egg because he neglects all of his duties to go out to the ocean and surf. One faithful day, a talent scout shorebird named Michael Abramovitz, who has traveled across various penguin tribes looking for surfers, arrives at Shiver Pool. He is recruiting entrants for the Big Z Memorial Surfing Contest on Pengu Island. Cody, hearing that Mitchell is around, offers himself to be selected and is taken to the ocean to surf, but doesn't do anything as there are no waves in sight, so he loses his chance. However, Cody doesn't back down but begins surfing in the little wave which he sees, going after Mitchell's entourage which is already moving away. Although he is thrown off balance several times, Cody isn't deterred and is finally accepted into the contest, so he joins the other contestants to be taken to Pengu Island. On his way to the contest, Cody befriends another entrant, a chicken named Joe, who is a nice but dim-witted rooster surfer from Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Cody and the entrants finally arrive at Pengu Island, where they are given a warm welcome by the hosts. Cody is so happy to be on the island because he has always wanted to leave home. He and his newfound friend, Joe, move around the island to have some fun and also try out new food. While together with Joe, Cody sees Lanny, a female penguin who is also the lifeguard on the island, and immediately falls in love with her. Zoe pushes him to try to talk to her, but Cody is so love-struck that words fail to come out of his mouth. Afterward, Cody sees Big Z's surfing board which he used for his last game where he was presumed dead, and notices a big penguin hurling stones at the board. So, Cody angrily approaches him and finds out this penguin is the contest champion, whose name is Tank Evans. Tank has been the winner of the Big Z Memorial 9 times since it was first held after Z's presumed death 10 years ago. Cody, however, exchanges words with the champion over his arrogant behavior towards the property of his late role model. Soon, the penguins on the island gather around Cody and Tank to watch their duel, which is brought to an abrupt end by Reggie, the show promoter. And to make the show interesting for the viewers, Reggie puts Cody and Tank up for a little surfing contest to iron out their differences. The two penguins then take to the waves with their boards and Tank wins the duel, while Cody nearly drowns and is stung by a sea urchin. Lanny goes into the water and rescues him to the shore as she tries to bring him to consciousness. Cody regains consciousness and Lanny puts him on her back and takes him to her Uncle Geek, living inside the forest to help Cody recover from his injuries. The spike of the sea urchin is removed from Cody's foot, and the poison which got inside the door is flushed out with the help of Lanny's uncle. Cody passes out and wakes up in the morning not knowing where he was, but later sees Geek, who leads him through the forest to send him back to the beach. He then notices that his necklace is missing and searches around for it. He still doesn't find the souvenir necklace which was given to him by Big Z. Eek, however, shows Cody the way out and bids him goodbye, returning to his lonely life. Cody, on the other hand, is scared to return to the beach because he is embarrassed to face the other penguins after his accident. Geek, on returning to his hut, finds Cody's necklace and runs back to hand it to the young penguin. While returning the necklace, Geek finds Cody sitting on a koa log, a wood used to make quality surfboards, so he offers to help him make a surfboard. Although Cody has low morale about returning to the beach or joining in the contest, he accepts Geek's offer to build him his very first surfboard. They begin pushing the log together intending to take it back to Geek's house but end up losing control of it. The log rolls over the rocks and the end falls into a beach far away from the house, almost throwing Geek along with it. Cody helps the bigger penguin from falling and discovers the beach, so he jumps off the cliff to go take a look, and he is joined by Geek. When he gets to the beach, Cody sees a shack full of old trophies and surfboards, which he soon finds out to be that of Big Z when he was alive. He excitedly rummages through the boards, remembering the several occasions on which Big Z used them. Cody calls out to Geek to join him in the shack, and after observing how the big penguin walks sadly into the shack, he realizes that Geek is actually Big Z himself. Cody asks Big Z why he pretended to be dead, but the legend didn't give him any suitable reply. Instead, he shut him off. Cody starts practicing for the upcoming contest, using Z's boards, but doesn't come out successfully in his countless attempts. Frustrated, he asks the champion to teach him how to surf, but Z declines his request, stating that he no longer surfs. Later on, he reluctantly agrees, but tells Cody he has to make his board first, so they get the log of wood to begin carving. The attempt does not go well, however, as an impatient Cody refuses to listen to Z's experienced advice and crafts a weak and unstable board that shatters upon hitting the water. Angry, Cody storms off and runs into Lanny, who persuades him to join her in a place where they have fun. While taking a shower together, Lanny reveals to Cody that Z is the only family she has and persuades him to go back to the beach since he was the one who brought him out of hiding. He does as she asks and spends the night working patiently on a new board while Z secretly watches him from the shack. In the morning, Cody completes his board, which comes out strong and good after Z tests it. Back at the Pengu beach, the preparations for the Big Z memorial gradually kick off as decorations are put in place for the contest. Zoe, Cody's friend, had gone into the forest to look for him but was captured by a group of savage penguins. They intended to have him as their food, but after he feeds them with treats from his bag, they become loyal to him and assist him in finding Cody. Z compliments Cody on his new board. The young penguin is eager to start training, but instead, Z has him do menial tasks seemingly unrelated to surfing. Finally, when Cody starts having fun, Z begins teaching him how to surf the waves, and when Lanny arrives at the beach, she joins them in surfing. Later on, while they sit around a fire to have dinner, Cody asks Z if he will come to watch him in the contest, but Z refuses and begins walking off. Cody, now feeling disappointed, asks him why he faked his death, and Z tells him the entire truth. He tells Cody that back then, he had become too focused on winning, and during one match, he realized that he couldn't compete with his then new rival Tank. So, he decided to disappear through the waves and let everyone think he was dead to avoid coming out as a loser after many years of winning. After hearing the truth of the story, Cody still tries to convince him to show up, reminding him of the advice he gave him against giving up when he was a little penguin. But his words of encouragement prove futile as Z returned to his shack. So, Cody angrily throws the necklace Z gave him into the sea and picks up his board to head back to the venue of the contest. Along the way, he is caught up in a trap placed by the savage penguins, and when they arrive to capture him, he sees his friend Joe with them. Joe is happy to have finally found Cody, and he tells the penguins to release him from their trap, after which they head back to the contest just as it begins. The contest soon kicks off and Cody takes to the sea along with the other contestants, and although he was scared while surfing, he conquered his fear to put his mind on the game. The first leg comes to an end and Cody makes it to the finals along with his friend Joe and the champion, Tank. Everyone who was spectating at the shore was very surprised that Cody made it, despite the incident that happened to him a few days back. The press gathers around him for a quick interview, after which he goes to greet Joe, excited that they are both in the finals. In the semifinals, Tank battles with Cody, with Tank trying to throw him off his board, but Tank falls off his board and loses. So, Cody and Joe are in a tie, while Tank Evans has 0 points. During the finals, it is just Cody and Joe who are seen on the surf, but after a while, Tank appears and tries to knock Joe the chicken off his board. Cody sees this and intervenes so that Tank wouldn't knock his friend off, and instead of overtaking Joe, he delays and allows him to surf forward to everyone's dismay. Tank then pushes Cody off the surf and they both head toward the area of the beach known as the Boneyards. This place, which consists of dangerously sharp rock outcroppings, has killed many surfers who have ventured there. Cody does his best to maneuver through the sharp rocks as the amateur that he is, while Tank effectively surfs through the rocks. While surfing through the Boneyards, Cody sees a rock ahead and tries to warn Tank about it, but the arrogant penguin does not listen. He punches Cody off his board and crashes heavily on the rock which he was being warned of, and his entire board breaks into pieces. Seeing this accident from the shore, Lanny gets on her surfboard to go rescue Tank, and when she arrives at the scene of the accident, she puts the unconscious body of the champion on her board and takes him back to shore. Meanwhile, Cody, whom everyone has assumed to be dead, hangs onto a rock amid the heavy waves. Suddenly, he sees that Z, who had secretly been watching his performance, arrives to rescue him, so he swims toward the legend. Z instructs Cody to allow himself to be carried by a gigantic wave, so he would catch him, and he does just that. At the shore, the spectators, being led by Reggie, begin mourning Cody but are interrupted by the arrival of Big Z. Everyone is shocked to see the former champion and they are curious about what happened to him, and Z publicly expresses his thanks to Cody, who helped him out of his depressed episode. Lanny runs to give Cody a warm embrace, relieved that he is alive, and they later join Z, who is surrounded by the spectators. Z then announces that they go over to his side of the beach. It is announced that Joe won the competition and Cody is asked why he gave up the trophy to help Joe. He then replies saying that's what friends are for. Tank, however, tries to run away with the trophy but is chased by little penguins who he used to bully every time. The animals all head to Z's beach where everyone has fun, while Cody accepts his loss, having decided he would rather just have fun instead. He and Lanny's bond grows stronger, and they take the little penguins on their surfing lessons. Joe sits happily with the savage penguins, who are now his friends and supporters. Cody finishes his interview with a reflection on past events and then joins the rest of his friends in the water to celebrate and enjoy life. He joins Z in the water and they both surf across the waves for a long time, with Cody admiring the beauty of the water as they surf into the sunset. This is where the movie ends. Thanks for watching. See you soon with a new movie recap. Till then, stay happy and chill out.